Lay flat on your back, walk your heels about mat width apart, tuck the shoulder blades under the body, and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose, a full breath out through the mouth, letting the whole body relax, letting go of any thoughts, plans, and ideas, letting go of any muscles that are tight or straining. Just let it all go. And as you breathe, bring your awareness down your body. Notice if there are any muscles that are sore tonight, or stiff, or just not quite feeling as they usually do. That's okay. Let's just bring awareness to that area of the body, and hopefully we'll work it out through our practice tonight. But just be mindful of it as we move through the exercises. We don't want to put too much pressure on any one muscle group or joint. Let's draw the heels in towards one another, reach the arms overhead, lengthen the body, reaching away through the fingertips, pointing the toes, become as long as possible. So slide your fingertips, your shoulders, your upper body over towards the right corner of your mat. And then pick up your left leg and cross the left ankle over the right. So we're going to intensify that stretch a little bit by crossing the ankles. If you want to make it even more intense, you can slide your heels towards the right corner of your mat, kind of making a C shape or a crescent shape. And we'll release, bring our hands and our heels back to center, and place the left heel back down on the floor. We're going to switch sides, reaching the fingertips towards the left corner of the room, finding that stretch through the right side of the torso, and then crossing the right ankle on top of the left. And again, you can slide your heels over to the left as well to feel a little bit more stretch through the right hip flexor, the abdominals, the back, and the shoulder. Good, let's release, slide the heels back to the center, right heel back down to the floor. Keep your arms overhead, but we're going to bend the elbows. So our arms are going to separate and come down as we bring our elbows down to shoulder height. So create that 90-degree angle in the elbows, and let's keep our hands connected to the floor as we slide the hands up, overhead, inhaling, exhaling, bringing the elbows down towards our waist. So feel the scapula, the shoulder blades really moving as you bring the hands up overhead, and then exhale back down to your sides. All right, so we have a tendency here for our hands maybe to pop up or our elbows to pop up, depending on the muscular flexibility in our shoulders or the upper back. And if that happens, that's okay. Just pause for a moment, keep breathing. But just if you see that elbow up, try and relax it down, or maybe notice that you're bending the elbow a little bit more than 90 degrees. Open it up, possibly. And this one does get easier with time, but it's really good for our postural muscles. Strengthen those muscles of the upper back so we can stand and sit a little bit taller. So let's do one more. And then bring our elbows in towards the sides, bend the right knee, use your hands to hug the right knee in towards your chest, pointing and flexing the foot, circling the toes. And then work your way up the leg, gently rocking the leg back and forth. Up and down. Circling it around. And then pull it back in towards your chest. Bring your hands around to the back of the hamstring and reach the right heel up towards the sky. So try and straighten out the leg as best you can. Feel that stretch through the back side of the leg, maybe even into the lower back. Keep breathing deeply. Continue holding the right leg with the right hand, left arm out to the side. Let's inhale and exhale. Open the right leg to the right. Feel the stretch through the inner thigh. Let the hip release. Keep the left hip and thigh down and relaxed on the mat. Let's inhale, right leg up, switch your grip, and exhale, cross the right leg over to the left side. Let the right hip come off the floor. Turn your head and look over the right shoulder. Good. Let's inhale, leg back up. And exhale, heel all the way down to the mat. Switching sides, left leg now. Start by hugging it in towards the chest. Start down at the foot and the toes. Wiggle the toes, point and flex the foot. Circle the toes, both directions. And work your way up the leg to the hip. Moving the leg in all directions, side to side, up and down. Small circles to big circles. And then hug the knee into your chest, bring the hands around to the hamstring, flex the left foot and reach the heel upwards. Find length through the calf, the hamstring, the Achilles. Breathe deeply. So as you exhale, maybe you can pull the leg in just a little bit closer. Let's inhale. Exhale, open the left leg to the left side, keeping the left hand behind the thigh. Right arm out to the right side. Let's inhale, lift the left leg back up, switch your grip, and exhale, cross the left leg to the right, look over your left shoulder. Excellent. Inhale, lift the leg all the way back up. And exhale, bend the knee, bring the foot to the mat. Bend the right knee, so the soles of both feet are on the floor, grounded. And take a nice deep breath, letting your lower back relax and just sink down deeply into the floor. From here, let's use our abs for a little extra help to pull both knees in towards the chest and just give them a hug. So our tailbone's naturally going to lift up a little bit here. I'd like you to play around with this. So maybe lower the knees just a little bit until the lower back is really glued down to the floor. Now open the knees away from one another, moving into happy baby. Let's reach our arms through the legs, grab a hold of the top of the feet, and gently open up the knees until the soles of the feet are facing the ceiling. So we're gently pulling the knees and the fronts of the thighs in towards the mat, feeling a stretch through the inner thighs. Our head and neck are relaxed, and we're breathing deeply. Good. Let's pull the heels back in towards the glutes. Bring the thighs together, hug them in towards our chest, and let's roll side to side. Massage the back, shoulders, kidneys. And now let's roll the opposite direction. So tuck your chin towards your chest, round the spine as much as possible, rolling along the length of the back. Let's do one more. And then come up to a seated position. Cross your ankles, let your thighs drop down towards the outside of the mat. Roll the shoulders back and away from your ears a couple times. And go the opposite direction. I always find that one direction is a little bit more sticky than the other. And let your your shoulders relax back and down. Place the left hand on the mat next to your left hip. Reach the right arm up, bicep next to the ear, and let's reach over to the left, keeping the chest and shoulders facing forward, keeping the hips grounded, and just breathing deeply. As your body relaxes, maybe you can reach a little bit further to the left side or lower the left shoulder down a little bit closer to the mat. And let's come back through center. Bring the right hand down to the mat on the right side, left arm up, and reach over to the right. So this should feel nice for the back. Nice chest opener as well. Breathe deeply here. Excellent. Let's come back up and interlace both hands behind the lower back. Roll the shoulders back, reach the thumbs away from your tailbone, open the chest and look upwards. And let's release the hands, reach them forward, down to the mat or floor in front of us, walking our fingertips out as we fold our chest down and forward over the thighs. Head is relaxing between the arms, and we're just breathing deeply. Walk your hands over towards the right corner of your room, sit back into your left hip. And let's come back through center, walking the hands towards the left corner, sitting back into the right hip. And then come back through center, lean forward, come onto the palms, walk your knees in slightly so they're under your hips. And let's move with the breath. Do a couple cat-cows. So exhale, really arching the back, draw the chin towards the chest, look back towards your knees. Inhale, round the spine. So move at your own pace with the breath. Good, let's do one more. And then come to a neutral spine. We're going to continue moving with the breath. This time we're going to come down to our forearms, do a couple dolphins. So we're going to be building strength here through the arms, chest, shoulders, back, abs, and glutes. So this is a great one to get the body nice and toasty as well. So let's cup our hands behind our elbows. Make sure that the elbows are under the shoulders, and then interlace the fingers out in front of you, pinkies down on the mat. Curl the toes under, lift the knees off the floor, tailbone up towards the sky, and moving with your breath, we're going to inhale, lower our hips down into a forearm plank. Exhale, press through the forearms, lift the tailbone upwards. So keep moving with your breath. If you'd like to make this easier, walk your feet back on the mat. If you'd like to make it more challenging, bring them forward towards your elbows, okay? Totally up to you. If you need a break at any time, lower your knees, come down into child's pose. You guys look great. Keep it up. Let's do one more. And then if you haven't already, lower your knees down to the mat, flatten the tops of your feet, walk your hips back to your heels, and just let your upper body drape forward over your thighs. Excellent. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, come into downward facing dog. Pedal your heels, lengthen the calves, keeping the head and neck relaxed. And walk the toes forward, come into our forward fold. Tuck the chin towards your chest. Let the upper body just hang nice and relaxed over the legs. And press through the soles of the feet. Keep the knees soft as you round all the way up. Coming into mountain pose. Keeping the shoulders back and relaxed, away from the ears. Let's step to the top of our mat if we're not already there for some sun salutations. Moving with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Bend your knees a little bit if you need to. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes. Exhale, left leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower, knees, chest, and forehead, or chaturanga. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, lift the chest. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes. Exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes. Exhaling, left leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, palms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes. Exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. One more set. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes. Exhaling, left leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes. Exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, release, arms by the side, shoulders back and away from the ears. Shake out the legs. Good job. Let's work a little bit on our balance now, shall we? So let's start by rooting down through the left foot. Just a small micro bend in that left knee. Abs are nice and Strong pulled in towards the spine when we're standing tall. So let's start by bending the right leg, lifting it up to hip height or maybe a little bit higher, and we're either going to hold the hamstring or the upper shin. We're keeping our shoulders back and keeping our shoulders stacked over our hips. So we're not leaning forward or back to counterbalance that leg. Everything should be nice and tall in alignment. Okay? So if at any point you need to lower that foot to maintain balance, go right ahead. Try and find a point to focus on, something that's not moving to help your body steady itself. And continuing to hold the right leg in the right hand, bring the left hand to the left hip, and then open the right leg out to the right side. So again, try not to shift the body too much. Naturally, of course, that's going to compensate for that leg out to the right, but we still want to think about growing nice and tall and long out of the left side of the body. So press down through the foot, try and stack the hip back over the ankle if it's moved kind of out to the left side, and breathe. Excellent. Let's bring the knee back towards the front of the body. Pull the abs in a little bit deeper. Bring the right hand to the right hip. Flex the right foot and press away through the heel. So we really want to lift those toes up as high as we can. Think about rooting down even deeper through the left foot, turning on the glute on the left side of the body as well as the quad and the hamstring to really stabilize you. Draw the abs in a little bit tighter, challenge them, and really work that right quad by lifting the toes up as high as you can. Let's take one more breath and release. Wonderful job. Whew. So that one should be building some heat if you're not warm already. And we'll be switching to the opposite side. So root down through the right foot now, spread those toes wide, knee is soft, shoulders are back. At your own pace, begin to pick up the left leg. You can try a different hand position. Sometimes you may feel like you're leaning forward a little bit too far if you're holding onto the shin, so it's perfectly fine to hold the hamstring if that keeps your torso a little bit more upright. Excellent. Let's switch sides. Bring the right hand to the right hip. Open the left leg to the left side. Press down deeper through the left foot so you can grow tall. The right foot so you can grow tall. Draw the abs in. Keep them supporting your torso. Bring the left knee back to the front, left hand to the left hip. Here we go. Turn on the quad, the glute, the abs, flexing the left foot. Press away through the heel. Lift those toes nice and high. Again, don't compensate, lifting the toes. Don't find your shoulders leaning back. We want to keep them stacked over the hips. Keep breathing. Keep pressing deeply into the right foot. Let's take one more breath. And lower that leg down with control. Wonderful job. Shake it out. All right, so the quads, the hip flexors, you should really feel them at this point, the glutes. So we're going to stretch out all those big muscle groups of the lower body in the next couple postures. So let's step to the back of our mat, feet under the hips. Inhale, both arms all the way up, biceps next to our ears, inhaling, exhaling, hinging forward. So keep the biceps next to the ears as you bend at the hips, lowering our hands down towards the mat, pulling the chin towards the chest, looking towards the knees, and breathe deeply here. Maybe you want to sway left and right, or gently let your head look left and right or up and down to let go of any muscles that are still kind of tight or hanging on. Let it all go. Bring your hands to the back of your calves, so just below your knees, And I'd like you to pull your chest in closer to your thighs while reaching the crown of the head down towards your toes. And as you do that, maybe you can walk your hands down the back of your legs towards the back of your heels or ankles, pulling your chest in a little bit closer. Excellent. Let's release the ankles, bend the knees, plant the hands on the mat for support, and we're going to actually walk our feet about mat width apart. We're coming into our yoga squat. So toes are turned out about 45 degrees, and we're going to lower our hips down between the calves or between the heels. All right. So sometimes we have a tendency here, our heels pop up. If that's the case, we need to adjust our stance. We want our feet fully grounded. Another thing that often happens is our knees roll inwards, okay? But we want to think about opening the inner thighs and drawing the knees out towards the outside corners of the room. They should be pointing the same direction as our toes, okay? So to help us keep the knees wide, it's a little bit of a cheat, but it works. We're going to bring our hands to prayer position and we're going to press our triceps into the legs. So instead of our think about stretching the inner thighs here rather than opening up through the outer thighs, okay? So both are good to practice. It's important to practice with our legs, keeping them open, but right now we're just going to focus on the arms, pressing the knees wider to get that stretch. So hold it here, breathe deeply, just as we did in our standing balance. I want you to find a point to focus on, something that's not moving. Press down through all your toes so the weight is evenly distributed through the feet. Take one more breath. And then lean forward. Place the hands on the mat. Lift your hips. Ooh, that feels good. Bring the feet under the body, and we're just going to lower our knees down in front of us, keeping the toes tucked under, so stretch the soles of the feet. So sitting back on our heels, maybe we can inch our hands off the mat and bring our shoulders all the way up. Excellent. Hands down to the floor. Flatten the tops of the feet, sit back on our heels. We're going to hold this hero pose for a couple breaths as we open up the chest and shoulders. If at any point you'd like to swing your legs around into a seated position like easy pose or with your legs extended, go right ahead. So from here, we're going to roll the shoulders back. Remind the body to open up through the chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And let's inhale our right arm up, bending the elbow, using our left hand to pull the right elbow towards the center of the body. Our fingers are relaxed and just dangling between the shoulder blades. And now let's keep the right hand where it is. We're going to just bring our left hand down, back of the hand to the tailbone, and work on sliding our left hand up the spine to meet the right fingers. So if the hands don't quite touch tonight, that's totally fine. Either grab the back of your shirt, or you can bring that left hand back up to the previous position we had it in, holding the right elbow. If you've got your hands or your fingers clasped, try and lift your chin off the chest and look straight ahead. Excellent. Let's release. Roll out the shoulders a couple times each direction. And now we'll switch sides. Left arm up, bend the elbow, use the right hand to draw the left elbow towards the center of the body, feeling that stretch down the outside, the tricep of the left arm. Let's keep the left hand where it is. Bring the right hand now to the lower back. Slide it up the spine, reaching for the left fingers. One side may feel very different than the other, so give it a shot. Hold the shirt or come back to the elbow if you'd like. Good, let's release. And again, roll the shoulders out. Maybe you want to swing them side to side. And take a nice deep breath from here. We're going to come into downward facing dog. So take the first couple breaths to just get used to the posture again. Pedal your heels. Notice how your body feels tonight. And on your next inhale, take a big step forward with the right foot. Let's come into our low lunge. Knee over ankle, reaching back through the left heel, dropping the hips down and forward, breathing deeply. So think about opening up the chest, even though our hands are grounded. Think about reaching the crown of the head upwards so our chest is opening towards the front of our mat and we're looking upwards. Let's take this into a high lunge, adjusting the back leg, knee to the mat, heel to the mat, or keeping it just where it is for a little bit more support if you'd like. Walk the hands up to the right thigh as we roll our shoulders back, finding that tiny back bend, dropping the hips down and forward throughout, feeling that left hip flexor stretch. Bring the hands up to prayer position and hold it here, breathing deeply. Press down deeply into the right foot to maintain balance. Excellent. Let's fold forward, hands back down to the mat, framing the right foot. Lower the left knee if you haven't already, flattening the top of the foot to the mat. And let's walk our hands back, shifting the hips back to straighten the right leg. Lift the toes, fold forward for our hamstring stretch on the right side. Good. All right. Walk the hands forward, lower the toes, frame the foot. This time we're going to pick up the left knee and we're going to lower the left heel to the mat. So you may have already taken this variation, or this leg variation, I should say, for our high lunge. But if not, give it a try now. We're going to press into both feet and lift both arms up into our warrior two. So open the chest towards the left side of your mat. Arms are directly over our legs. And we're just going to turn the head and look past the right fingers. So glance down at the right knee, make sure the knee is pointing towards the middle toe. So we have a nice inner thigh stretch. Flip the right hand and reach it up towards the sky, letting the left hand relax back along the left leg. Good, let's come back to warrior two. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, right hand down to the outside of the right foot, extended side angle, reach the left arm forward, tilt the chin and look up at the left palm. And let's gently lower our left hand down to the mat, rotating the back foot onto the ball of the foot, heel up towards the sky, gently lower the knee and flatten the top of the foot. Great job. Let's take our right hand, pick it up, place it between the left hand and the right foot, and then walk the right foot towards the right edge of your mat and turn the toes out slightly. Okay, so let's keep our hands now under our shoulders for lizard. Inhale, exhale, bend the elbows in towards your torso so you can lower the chest little by little towards the mat. Maybe bringing one or both forearms down to the floor, letting the head relax, drawing the chin towards the chest. Excellent. Let's begin to straighten out the arms. And now we're going to open up and get a greater stretch through the right inner thigh. So we're going to open up through the hip, rolling the right foot onto the pinky side edge. So we're lowering the outside, the right side of the right leg down towards the mat just a little bit. Okay? So once the sole of the foot comes off the floor, we're going to do the same thing. Bend our elbows a little bit at a time. So this may feel very different. So we want to move slowly, just lowering the chest a little bit, breathing deeply, feeling that stretch through the inner and outer thighs, the hip, the left hip flexor, and release. Straighten out the arms. Lower the right foot back to the floor so that knee comes back up towards the sky. And then walk the right foot in a couple inches so it's in line with our right hip. And bring the right hand back out to the right side. Excellent job. Let's curl the left toes and step the right leg back to downward dog. Pedal your heels. Breathe deeply. On your next inhale, let's switch sides. Left foot steps forward into our low lunge to begin. Hips are down and forward. Think about lengthening the spine, reaching the crown upwards. And moving into our high lunge, adjust the back leg if you'd like. Walk the hands up to the left thigh, roll the shoulders back, bring the hands to prayer position, find a point to focus on. This is a balance challenge. Press deeply through the left foot. Great, let's come on down, hands to the mat. Gently lower the right knee if it's not already there for our hamstring stretch. Shift the hips back, walking the hands towards the right leg, lifting the left toes as you fold forward over the thigh. Excellent. Hands forward. Bring the left toes back to the mat. And now lift the right knee, rotate the right heel down to the floor so our feet are perpendicular to one another. Press through the soles of the feet and lift the arms and torso up to warrior two. So arms are reaching, nice active arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Turn your head, look just past the left fingers. Flip the left palm and reach the fingers up towards the sky for peaceful warrior. Drop the right hand back down along the right leg. Good, let's come back through warrior two. Take a nice deep breath. And from here, move into extended side angle. Left hand on the outside of the left foot. Sweep the right arm forward. Look up at the right palm. Keep dropping down and forward through your hips. Good. Lower the right hand down to the mat, framing the left foot, and rotate onto the ball and toes of the right foot. Lower the knee. Moving into our lizard pose, so you can flatten the top of the foot. And then pick up the left hand, bring it between the left foot and the right hand. Walk the left foot a couple inches out to the left and rotate the toes out slightly. Our hands are now under our shoulders. Take a deep breath in, a full breath out as we gradually bend the elbows, lowering our chest down towards the mat. Maybe bringing one or both forearms down to the floor, depending on how we feel. Excellent. Let's straighten our arms back out. This time we're going to open, so use the hip to open the leg, lowering the outside of the left leg down towards the floor. And once that leg can't open any further, we're bending the elbows again. Moving slowly, maybe not coming quite as far down as we did in the previous version. That's okay. Good. Let's release, straighten out the arms, palms to the mat. Bring that knee back up towards the sky, and let's step back to downward dog. Pedal your heels. Deep breath. Now keep the left foot on the mat as we lift the right heel up towards the sky, bend the knee, and let's pull it in towards our chest, shifting the weight forward and moving into pigeon pose. So knee lands between the hands. Relax the left leg back. Inhale, lift, opening the chest. Exhale, fold forward, and let the whole body relax. Breathing deeply. Inhale, head, neck, and chest up. Walk our hands back to either side of the right leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee, lift the foot up towards the sky. And you can either hold it here or you can work on reaching back with the right hand to grab a hold of the left foot, gently pulling it in towards the torso. So this is kind of a different direction than we usually go. So give it a try. You may find this one easier. And let's release, right hand down, back to the mat, frame the knee, and let's step back to downward dog. All right, root down through the right foot so you can inhale left leg up, bend the knee, pull it in towards your chest, and lower the knee down between the hands. Right leg relaxes back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold, and relax. And let's lift the head, neck, and chest up. Walk the hands back into either side of the left knee. Let's exhale, bend the right leg, lift the foot. And if you're up for it, reach back with the left hand tonight, pulling that foot in towards the torso. Good. Let's release that foot. Sit down into the left hip. Swing the legs forward. Bring the soles of the feet together. Sit up nice and tall. Let the outer thighs drop down towards the mat. Let's inhale and exhale. Lean forward. So keep a nice flat back. Bring the center of the chest towards your heels. Breathe deeply, feeling the stretch through the inner thighs. And release, lift the chest back up, draw the thighs towards one another, pull the abs in, lean back, keeping the shoulders back and away from your ears. We're going to lift up into boat pose, so when you're ready, lift up one foot at a time, keeping the body nice and steady. If you're up for a challenge, extend the legs. Keep breathing. Excellent. Feet down to the mat. Keep the abs engaged. Use them for control as you lower the upper body all the way down. Relax the legs, flatten them out on the mat, arms by your sides, take a nice deep breath. We're going to continue to work our abs with some leg lifts. We're going to take just a little break before we do so. Okay, so walk the heels together, bring your arms down by your side, tucking the thumbs just under the glutes. And let's move with our breath. Let's lift the legs up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. 2, 3, and 4. Heels on the mat. Release the hands. Let your toes roll towards the outside edges. Take a nice deep breath, letting your abdominals and your hip flexors relax. And from here, we're going to lift up into shoulder stand, or you can slide your mat to the wall and do legs up the wall. Your choice, of course. Move at your own pace. So if you're lifting into shoulder stand, use those abs we warmed up to help lift the knees to the chest, and then stabilize the body as we lift the tailbone over the shoulders. And flex the feet. Let your calves and ankles relax. And tonight, let's bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, create a diamond shape. Straighten the legs back out. Reach one leg overhead and away through the opposite leg. And switch directions. And then ease the toes down to the mat overhead, coming into plow pose. And release the hands, bring the palms to the lower or to the mat. Bend the knees in towards the face and slide them down the front of the body, lowering the back, and then lowering the soles of the feet to the mat. Walk your heels in towards your glutes, reach your arms along your sides, fingertips resting in the back of the heels. Tuck the shoulder blades under. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, press through the soles of the feet, lift the hips up towards the sky, Draw the knees together so the knees are in line with the hips, and breathe. Keep pressing through the feet, keeping hamstrings and glutes engaged. Take one more nice deep breath, and as you exhale, gradually lower the hips down to the floor and gently pull your knees in towards your chest. Let your back relax, let it sink down into your mat. And gently roll side to side, give it a little massage. And keeping the thighs connected, bring your arms down to the sides. We're just going to lower our knees down to the right, keeping the left shoulder planted on the mat. Bring the knees back up through center and over to the left. Look over to the right. Good. Knees back through center. Keep the left foot planted. Pick up the right leg and place the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Right hand through the legs, left hand on the outside. Draw the legs in towards your chest. Keep your head and neck relaxed, face relaxed. And let's release. Switching sides, left ankle on the right thigh, left hand through the legs, right hand on the outside. Draw the legs in. And release. And then lower your legs down, heels about mat width apart, arms halfway between your hips and your shoulders. Tucking the shoulder blades under so our chest is open and we can breathe deeply. And closing our eyes. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Full exhale through the mouth. Letting your body sink down deeper into the mat. Let go of any thoughts, plans, or ideas. If your mind begins to wander, just bring it back to your body and your breath. If there are any muscles that are still tight, take a deep breath, focusing on that area, letting it relax. And then bring your awareness all the way down your body to your feet. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. My ankles, calves, and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen and lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. My fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm, my breathing is even, and I am completely relaxed. Bring awareness back to your body and begin to move your fingers and toes. Lift your arms up overhead and reach, gently awakening the body. Reach your fingers to the right side, and then over to the left side. Take a deep breath, rolling onto your right side, and then press up to a seated position. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Namaste.